Hi everyone, this is Tanya from Kitfox Games, reporting in on a dev diary for June 2015. It's been almost 2 months since our last dev diary. Sorry about that. We meant to have them monthly, and then we got distracted with a bunch of stuff that you'll see shortly. The first thing that's really exciting for us is we're going to E3 next week. Wow! I'm actually leaving on Sunday. And Matthias Graham, our friend who graduated from Concordia, made this little video, which is pretty cool. It's coming out, well, that face was a bit strange, but interviews Sin and Jongwoo and myself all about what we are working on leading up to E3. So I'll include a link in the video description about to the final version of this video. This is an early version, but it's looking really cool. So you'll get to hear directly with professional editing, seeing what we've been working on, mostly player abilities. But we've been mostly showing the game around a lot. Last weekend I went to Stage Select Gaming Expo. I was actually their keynote speaker, and I was talking about the problem of too many games. Because some people say that there's too many games, and when they lead an indie studio, they feel like their game's going to get lost in an ocean of little games, and you know, why would I be encouraging more people to make games? It's mostly because I think it's good for games. I think better games will come out when more and more people make games. So that's why we went to Stage Select Gaming Expo and we showed off the game there. And in fact, there's a little interview here by the Royal Nerd interviewing me about Moon Hunters and showing some footage. There were a bunch of people at Stage Select that really liked the game, so that was fun. Now we're back from Toronto. But then a few weeks ago, in May, we also showed at TCAF, the Toronto Comic Arts Festival. Sin and Jongwoo showed the game and at their Comics vs. Games showcase. And that resulted in us being highlighted in paperdroids.com, all about Moon Hunters. They showed our trailer, and they called it gorgeous, which is very nice. And RP Gamer also wrote us up a little bit. They quite enjoyed it. I'm not really sure who the gypsy woman they're talking about is, but maybe they mean Amisal in the desert village, and I think you're not actually killing the woman, but that's okay. They seem to have a good time, so that's what matters. Thanks, RP Gamer. And then we were really surprised because PBS didn't tell us, but they also highlighted us for having a cooking system in an episode about food in games. They showed the Witch and the Spellblade in our trailer, alongside a bunch of other games like Duck Hunt and Oregon Trail and things like that. So thanks, PBS. And also, Sin gave a talk at the Ottawa International Games Conference all about our art style and how he's developing that over time. Like he showed this GIF of the different layers of lighting. So you see it starts with these ray cast shadows here coming from the center, and then they add the shadows around the edges, the vignettes, and then the point light that follows the player, and it all adds up into a very satisfying night scene. So there might be a video of that going online soon. Hopefully I can see Sin's lecture myself because I'm curious what he said. And then just yesterday, actually, a friend of ours started working on a little project to interview us, and it shows off our old office space, the Tag Lab at Concordia University. This is kind of a cute little teaser she made, showing our workplace and showing us playtesting. I guess that video is going to be coming out soon too, so all sorts of videos about Kitfox. So what have we actually been working on? Well, Mike has been mostly working on the Spirit Guardian design, and in fact, he's been using mostly temp art. This is the Super Camel Spin Attack Alpha Omega Go, as he tweeted, which is just temporary art that he used to test out when the boss does a spin attack. He added this camel spinning so that you could see when it was happening. That's actually already been replaced, but I thought it was funny, so I thought I'd show you. Yeah, temp art is an interesting part of the boss design process because the functionality matters more than how it looks at first, so you can playtest it. Now we've actually moved past that. We just did our first multiplayer test yesterday, and it's looking like it's shaping up really well. So Mike Horowitz is actually working right now on making the Spirit Guardian look and feel really great. And meanwhile, Jongwoo has been working on revamping the characters. So here's the witch doing her buff attack, although that's been revised as well to be a little bit more glowy, a little bit less dangerous looking. This is her thrusting attack. She's become quite the melee fighter these days. And then this is her beam. Looks a little bit less like the bacon beam that our old fans might remember. A little bit more forceful and dangerous. And we've also been working on content. So I've been coming up with storylines and looking at myths and doing research. And this is actually the hut of Baba Yaga, who you can encounter in the forest. She has stolen away a young woman from the Druid village, and you have to see if you can get her back. But it might be more complicated than it seems. So yeah, that's basically what we've been up to. We've been showing the game everywhere. We've been preparing the PlayStation 4 build for E3, which is now mostly ready, although you might see behind me, Jongwoo's still working with the PS4 dev kit to get it perfectly ready. So if you're going to be at E3, definitely come by and say hello. Otherwise, I'll have to report afterwards on how it went. And this is our new office. So this is gameplay space in Place des Arts of Montreal. You can see we also bought our own computers for the first time, but I'm just going to show you around a little bit. So let me see if I can make the camera a little bit bigger. There you go. So now you can see that there's this big room out there with lots of other teams. Hello, everybody. And then we are in this corner here. So there's Jongwoo's desk. Hi, Jongwoo. And then Mike is back there working on the boss some more. There's Sin, who's been listening to me ramble for the last few minutes. And there's Mike back there, who you probably can also sometimes see on Twitter. And then there's the shelf where we are storing our various awards. Hopefully we'll add more to there later. And there's the neighboring building brick wall. So that's where we develop our games. And it's a beautiful day outside. Not rainy like yesterday. So yeah, that's basically where we are for June. So thanks for watching and have a great month. We'll talk to you again in July. Bye.